Hey guys, Nick, aka the one and only Crisis YT, and this is my Nintendo conference breakdown highlights. As per usual, Nintendo went very family oriented this year, and that's really not my style. That's really not the thing that I care about. I could care less about family oriented games. If, the Wii U is going to be based around that, there's no way I'm going to be buying it. They did do some non-family games. They mentioned a lot of them, but they did not break them down in detail. So basically, I'm going to tell you guys the Mario games and things like that, and, because those are the family games that I would enjoy myself. The other ones would be extremely biased, and basically I'd probably think they were all terrible. So I'm saving you guys from hearing me saying all these games are bad by just not going over them. Moving on, I wanted to talk about the Wii U console itself real quick. I like how the controller can also be used as a TV screen, as a screen to see the game on. That's really cool. But I worry about games like Zombie U, which we'll be talking about later, who are very, secondary screen intensive. And I wonder how those games will work if you do not have a TV, or if you'll be able to even use them if you do not have a TV. Also, something I thought about the Wii U that kind of limits it is only two-player co-op by, offline. Two-player offline co-op maximum. That kind of limits the system a little bit too, but, that's okay. Something else that worries me is that the controller, the Wii U controller screen will be too big. So that kind of scares me as well. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and move on into the games themselves. Why people go to E3 really, unless all new consoles are going to be released, which I guess Nintendo did do. But moving on, Super Mario Bros. U. This looks like a modern variation of Super Mario Brothers. It has old Mario features as well as many new ones. This is going to be awesome. If I was going to get the Wii U, and I might, but if I do get the Wii U, I will definitely pick up this game because I think it's really good. I think it'll be really good because, it's old Super Mario Brothers with a new style, a new feel. They've added a lot of new features in. I think it'll be really cool. I can't wait to see it, actually a lot of footage of it. As far as multiplayer goes, it is multiplayer compatible. You'll be able to post your stats online, and I think what I heard was you will actually be able to, compete with people over online multiplayer, getting through levels faster, getting more points than people, things like that. Moving on. The 3DS was just terrible in this. Okay, the 3DS had basically no showing at the Nintendo conference at all. I think it got 15 minutes out of the 1 hour conference, which really and truly isn't nothing. The rest of the time was spent pushing the Wii U, which I guess makes sense, but it really wasn't that good. It really wasn't that good. The games they debuted weren't really up to par of what they really should be. But the only one I'm going to cover, there were two Mario games here. The Mario drawing game or whatever, I forgot what it was called because it doesn't interest me. But the Super Mario Bros. 2 for the Nintendo 3DS, this is what he said. It's all about the gold. It's all about the coins, and I think it'll be pretty cool. But they're trying to, it's just a completely modern spin on Mario. We'll have to see how it works out, but I think they can pull it off. Nintendo's always good on these Super Mario games, so I think that I think it'll be a good game. If you got a 3DS, get it. Don't buy a 3DS to buy this game specifically. It's not worth it, and there really isn't enough titles on the 3DS to buy one, in my opinion. But moving on to the good stuff, the non-family Wii U games. Okay, now, like I said, they mentioned a bunch of games, but they didn't give specific details on them. A lot of the reason for that, I think, is because they're multi-platform and they just expect, other companies or, Microsoft and Sony to cover these games, which I think they did on some of them they didn't, but, nevertheless. Non-family Wii U titles that were mentioned but not, in detail are Darksiders 2, Mass Effect 3, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, Trine 2 Director's Cut, Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge, Aliens Colonial Marines, and Assassin's Creed 3. Now, all these titles sound really good. Mass Effect 3 being on the Wii U, wow, that's incredible. That really makes me think that, yeah, this console is going to be able to keep up graphically with, the Xbox 360 and the PS3. So that's really good, and I was kind of worried about that, but it looks like they've nailed it straight on here. Now, they only went in depth, in complete detail about two games that weren't family oriented out of this whole entire hour press conference. So that shows you that it was very, very family oriented. But basically, those games are Zombie U and Batman Arkham City Armor Edition. Now, Zombie U, the graphics look good. They look up to par in a modern style. Like I said, this thing's running Mass Effect 3. It's gonna be able to run very good graphics on Zombie U. It looks really good. It's a first-person game. And it really integrates the Wii U pad a lot, and I think it integrates it very well. But I'm afraid you're going to spend more time looking at the Wii U pad than you will be looking at the screen. And if that's the case, that's not good, okay? Because zombies are running at you on the screen, and you've got to, select your weapons and stuff, the touchscreen on the Wii pad, so that means you're having to, the Wii U pad, meaning you're having to take your hands off of one side of the controller to do that. So that's not good, but I think it'll be okay. I think they'll make it work, but I'm just afraid it overuses the screen on the Wii U pad. It's really cool, though, because once the melee weapons and things like that, you use the Wii U pad motion sensing to control that. So it's very active as far as that goes and things like that. But I do think you can play this game sitting down. And that was big for me, being able to sit down and play this game. Sit down with the Wii U pad and play and not have to be standing up and moving around, which is good. And I think that they're going to capture more core gamers with this game, but it won't capture all the core gamers. The core gamers are still going to go to PS3, they're still going to go to Xbox, but this will get some of them to buy a Wii. The next game, like I said, they mentioned in depth, is Batman Arkham City Armor Edition. Now, this was at the very, very, very end of the press conference, and basically it uses the Wii U as a Bat computer. And basically, this Bat computer is on Batman's arm. So he basically has a Wii U on his arm that's kind of like built into his armor, which Batman now has armor. Now, that to me is kind of crazy. It reminds me more of Iron Man than it does Batman. What made Batman so cool to me was that he was a normal person with, just basically the clothes on his back with awesome gadgets going out and, being a superhero. Now he's got this armor that makes him better than what he is and more protected. I don't like that a lot, but we'll see how it's integrated in this game. On this, you use the Wii U controller to select things like gadgets and use gadgets and control gadgets with motion sensors, so that's pretty cool. You can also play as Catwoman. I saw this was earlier in the conference when they showed the, just talked about it a little bit. They said you could play as Catwoman, but she has armor as well, so that completely changes it. But, yeah, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, share it on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, yeah, all that stuff, because, guess what? I think this is a pretty good video. That's cocky. I'm kidding. But if you enjoyed it, please share it, things like that. Also, please like it. Tell me what you thought about E3 in the comment section below as far as the Nintendo conference goes. So, yeah, guys, I'm CrisisYT, and I'm out. Peace. And here are two E3 videos that you guys may have missed. On the left is the Microsoft E3 press conference. Basically, I break down what happened in the Microsoft press conference, by game, by game, by game, by game, by game. If you missed that press conference, go check that video out. On the right is the E3 Sony press conference breakdown, in which I talk about everything that happened in the Sony press conference, what I think about games that came out, what they showed, whether I'll get some games. It's a really good video, and go check it out if you haven't seen it. Also, if you're new right here and you enjoyed this video or want to see even more E3 coverage, subscribe. I'm doing E3 stuff all week. Also, like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. That way you'll get the latest and greatest CrisisYT news, as well as E3 news and things like that. So yeah, guys, I'm CrisisYT, and I'm out. Peace.